Hi, I'm Dustin Daniels, secure crop agronomist with stores in southern Kentucky and northern Tennessee. And as you can see looking around, I'm in a wheat field today, and we're going to be discussing wheat tissue sampling. Last year around the same time of year, Jamie at the Russellville store made it a store-wide initiative to tissue sample as many acres as possible. The great thing about that was customers saw us out in the field, showed we cared for the customer a lot, and we're trying to find issues. We were able to find a lot of issues, things that were able to help us make sales last year and also make sales this year. Found a lot of magnesium issues, nitrogen, potassium, zinc, other things that we could go through and address. The good thing about it was it helped our store's bottom line, while at the same time finding issues that were hurting the wheat yields on the customer. So it was a win-win situation on both sides. So just come along with me and we're going to go through discussing how to properly tissue sample and what to look for. After seeing all the positive results that we had at the Russellville store last year, we decided with the Secure Crop team to build a program that we could get more predictable results while we were tissue sampling. So this is what we've come up with. We've got all this information on soil samples. In the past, most people will take this information and write variable rate prescriptions for DAP and potash on corn and beans. But what they forget about is going back to this information and bringing it out for your wheat crop or tissue sampling on beans and different things like that. I can go through and print off a map, as you see this 4-panel report here to the side, that's showing each nutrient, what it's low in, where it's high, so we can go out and tissue sample those spots in the field that we know historically soil test wise are low in a nutrient and see if in the tissue it's also low. As you can see here, you don't have to have an iPad, a cell phone, anything like that to pull a tissue sample and relay back to where you pulled it at. You can have your Secure Crop agronomist pull a PDF map for you of the field, and you can just put an X in the spot in the field where you pulled it. You can go back and figure out what your soil test levels were like in that area, and we can figure out which nutrients might be best suited. As you can see in this report here, most any tissue sample that we send off is going to be low in something. 94% of our tissue samples sent off in Kentucky last year were low in magnesium. That was a huge number. Not low in nitrogen also, which is going to be something that we're going to be very low in this calendar year, considering we've had so much rainfall. And then your money makers here is your micronutrients. Zinc being one that sticks out very largely there at 73%. This is a tissue sample that we pulled last week, in fact. As you can see, it's low in zinc, low in copper, and low in mag, three of the main things that historically have been low in Kentucky wheat samples. It was a great sales tool. In fact, we had a salesman yesterday that used this exact sample, and he called his grower and said, look, you're borderline in boron and you're low in zinc. So why don't we use a product like Corsair or NutriD in the leveling line to fix that problem when we use our flowering application of whatever your fungicide is at that point in time? It was a no-brainer. The customer said, bring me 1,000 acres worth. My crop needs it. It's low in it, and didn't even talk about price. So that's a great thing to get by without having to talk price or anything like that. As you can see, using our R&D department, which is a great tool that we have that's going to show historically what our bushel increases are on products. We've got a 4.1 bushel increase at flowering application, and I would say you're probably going to get even more in a field that's going to be already deficient in that nutrient. We're actually putting a product out there that historically shows a yield increase, and not only that, but it's a product that the farmer needs because he's low. So you're becoming more of that trusted agronomist, that trusted advisor on the acre, finding a need, not just a person out there selling a product because you want to make a sale. If you are actually high on every nutrient across the board, you can go and put out something like a stimulant. Red Zone's a great tool that we use a lot at flowering application. It's an amino acid protein product. You can think of it kind of like Red Bull for your plant. It's going to give it energy. It's going to increase vigor in the plant. And a lot of times you'll even see a visual result a few days later. You'll have a green up. Now, if you don't see a visual a few days later after spraying, just wait until closer to harvest, and that plant's going to stay greener a little bit longer. And it's also going to, since it's staying greener longer, keep filling that kernel out and give you a little bit better test weight and give you a higher yield. As you can see, we've had this product for several years now, and it's averaging 6.37 bushels per acre, which is a great ROI considering it's, a little under $6 an acre to spray the product. Strive is another tool that we've got in our toolbox. We've had this product probably longer than any other product on our SecureLink line. We've had it since 2010 actually in testing. It's averaging 4.33 bushels. What it is it's a stress mitigation product that's going to strengthen cell walls, build up natural plant defenses. It's a great tool to use in a fungicide application, considering you're trying to ward off disease and insects or whatever else you might be spraying for at that point in time. This is something else that's going to help with that naturally. So it's just going to build up natural defenses, and it's going to, by doing that, increase the yield of the plant because it's going to be less stressed. Thank you for tuning in to our wheat training, and if you have any other questions, please feel free to contact your Secure Crop agronomist, your local Loveland product advisor, or one of the agro liquid product advisors that are with the company to find a tool that fits a need for you and your customer. Thanks.